Hey everyone, it is February 19th, 2025, day 40 of my bulk. In front of me, it is breakfast, and I actually just went to the store, got back from a Colorado snowboarding trip over the weekend, so went to the store last night, just picked up a brand new cereal that I have not tried. It's called Three Wishes. Kind of looks like Cheerios, and the ingredients is 4 ingredients total: chickpeas, tapioca, pea protein, and salt. So I'm gonna give this a go while we're recording. And as always, I've got some whole milk here. It's not organic, but it claims to be all natural and no, what does it say on here? No artificial hormones. So, and now I'm just realizing as I started recording that I do not have a spoon. So I'll go grab one real quick. Got my spoon. Let's dig in. Always got to get all the cereal into the milk before taking a bite. Not bad. Took a big bite. I would have to say it tastes just like normal Cheerios. Like, even has a similar aftertaste, if that makes any sense. It's that kind of starchy consistency with that aftertaste. Very good. I like it. It's actually better than the other cereal I was doing earlier in this series. That was pretty clean and organic. This isn't claiming to be organic from what I understand, but it is simple on the ingredients. Only 4 ingredients total. Tastes, in my opinion, just like Cheerios would, and it has decent macros in terms of protein. So I'm gonna dig into this for the rest of my breakfast, go into the gym, get some clips of my workouts, and then I'll come back and follow up with another meal later this afternoon. Thanks for tuning in, y'all. Workout complete. So I'm actually in my kitchen now and I'm just preparing a post-workout meal. I'm gonna call it man dip. And it's actually a recipe I've never even done before. But in this pan here, got a pound of cooked ground beef, organic, and it's 85-15 ground beef. And I'm actually got a pot here that's been heating up. So I'm just gonna pour the beef into here. You can even hear it sizzling at the moment, which is fine. So I know I was kind of blocking the camera there as I was pouring it in, but got a pound of ground beef in this bowl here. And then I'm gonna throw in a little bit of some butter. Got Kerrygold butter. Boom. Next, the cheese. So I'm gonna pair this with some tortilla chips that I just got from the store yesterday. And hopefully I don't spill too much as I pour this in. So I did a block of raw cheddar cheese and I shredded it beforehand just so it could melt a little bit easier. I was thinking, like, just out of laziness, I wonder if I could put the whole block of cheese in. But I assume that it's likely not gonna melt correctly if I do it that fashion. It might burn. So doing it this way instead. Okay, got most of it in there. Boom. Now, in my area, it's snowing today, and I was planning on stopping by the store after my gym session because I wanted to grab some cottage cheese. I feel like throwing a little bit of cottage cheese in here would be kind of nice to give it a little bit more consistency. But we'll just kind of work with these ingredients for now, and then I also have some milk that I can pour in as necessary if needed. So we'll kind of, that could either thin, that would likely thin it out a bit if needed. So I figure I'll just kind of need to stir this up a bit so the cheese melts. I'll turn up the heat as well. But yeah, workout was pretty solid today. It was a back and biceps day, and I found a kind of nice corner of the gym to get all my exercises done. And I was also, it was pretty empty too, so it was nice to just kind of set up in one spot. I didn't need to move around as I was recording, and got my exercises recorded. Been sticking with the 205 on my deadlifts lately, and I've been very careful with deadlifts. So initially when I started doing deadlifts over a year ago, I was only doing 135 pounds, just 45 pounds on each side, and then I slowly incrementally upped the weight as I continued to keep working out. Now I'm at 205, and previously I'd been doing 185 for probably 4 months, where I was consistently just doing this amount before I really was comfortable with that weight before bumping up to 205. Now that I'm at 205, I want to stay at 205 and really get comfortable yet again for a few months before I bump it likely to 225. So as I'm seeing here, it looks like the dip is mostly beef and not as much cheese, which looks kind of interesting. So I'm gonna add some milk to see if that helps any at all. And hey, maybe this will be kind of not a super success, but I'm sure it'll taste pretty good. It's hard to mess it up, right? So I'm pouring in a little bit of milk here. Give it another stir. Yeah, I really think that the cottage cheese, the store is closed today because it's snowing outside. I think the cottage cheese would really help this kind of come together a little bit more. And the final little ingredient here is some Frank's Red Hot sauce. All right, there we go. And you know what? I think, so right now, hopefully the camera can see it. I'll show it again when I actually start eating. But I think it's very melted once it starts to cool back down. So I'll actually turn off the heat now, because I have the heat on at about medium heat. Once this heat cools down a bit and it starts to settle, I think it'll turn out pretty good. So might not look as appetizing, but all the ingredients I threw in here are pretty good, and I would eat individually. So my kind of philosophy with cooking is, if it's ingredients that you like, just throw them together and it's gonna taste solid. I'm gonna throw in a little salt too, because why not? I exercise enough to throw in a little extra salt, give it some flavor. So, boom. So just like that, I'll follow up with the chips that I'm using, and I'll be sitting at the table once this is ready to go and start eating. So, thank you. The man dip has settled just a bit. Here's how it turned out. Hopefully the camera can pick that up well. So, I gave it a little bit of time for the cheese to kind of settle back in. And the ratio from cheese to beef definitely is a lot more beef than cheese. And I think adding, like I've mentioned a couple times, adding another layer, whether it be like sour cream or cottage cheese, something like that, to kind of fill both of those other ingredients in together, it would work slightly better. But hey, at the end of the day, if it's edible, then that's all I really care about. Now, I have 2 different tortilla chips that I'm gonna be working with. We've got normal kind of style tortilla chips, just cooked in avocado oil, no seed oils. I've talked about in previous other videos about how I try to avoid seed oils. And then these also don't have seed oils, but it's more of like a Dorito style of chips. So I'll actually start off with the Dorito. And let's just see how it is. Weird looking chip right here, but we'll work with it. Oh, broke a bit. So here's the taste test. Absolutely fire. The chip is actually very strong flavor. It definitely tastes, I'm not gonna say exactly like Doritos, but it has similar characteristics for sure. Now a normal tortilla chip. Gotta be careful to not break these chips. Cheers. Absolutely delicious. If I were to pick one or the other, definitely probably going to be digging into this bag more throughout the rest of this meal in front of me. So very, very good. What would I rate it overall? Probably like a 6 or a 7 out of 10. Nothing crazy. So with that said, thanks for tuning in, y'all, and hanging out while I was cooking. I know someone had commented previously on one of my videos, hey, like, you should do a cooking video. So hope that was interesting and got some insight, at least a little bit, on how I do my cooking. I try to keep it pretty simple and clean, most importantly. So with that said, sending you all out the very, very best. Peace.